Welcome back to another edition of Stefanzine, and right now I just want to very briefly go over the whole Diego Costa debacle. Of course, this is not the first time we've seen this news come up, but it has been exacerbated across the last couple of days or so, with the news breaking that Costa's since returned to his native Brazil, and was actually, I believe, with his father watching the Chelsea game of the weekend, which of course they lost to Burnley 3-2 or 2-3. Now, first of all, I just want to stick up for the guy, and I think it's great. He said, obviously, you know what, I'm surplus to requirements, I'm just going to walk. I'm literally going to walk. I'm going to fly, in fact, to my native Brazil and just chill out. Obviously, this isn't really feasible or tenable long term. Some sort of decision will have to be reached by the club. And so, conversely, what we see on the other side of the coin is Conte threatening to leave, or at least that has been reported in certain papers. I do think genuinely that Chelsea will improve with their form despite the opening they had across the last couple of days, and they'll return indeed to winning ways very shortly. Conte will certainly reassert himself and impose himself once more on the team. He'll regain their respect if indeed he has lost half of the dressing room. Certainly if you're a Chelsea supporter, I'm sure you're begging, you're crying out for a striker of Costa's quality to be present and ready and fit. The next game against Spurs this coming weekend at Wembley, of course, the first game Spurs will host at the famous ground. So surely you need to play like Costa at least in the squad after that display we saw against Burnley being rather toothless going forward, with the exception of course Morata's goal particularly on his debut. But in any case, surely you could do with an experienced head like Diego Costa in that side going forward, for sure. That's why for me it just makes no sense whatsoever to simply bring him back only to have him play and train with the under-23s. So it's a bit of a strange one that Chelsea are more or less holding Costa hostage and not letting him go. Certainly in doing so, actually fining him, or rather denying him his wages, and additionally fining him on top of that. So surely the guy is unhappy. If I was personally of a Chelsea persuasion, the man making the decision about Costa, I would let him go and settle for the cash, whatever that might be, before the window obviously ends in the coming weeks. And while we don't necessarily anticipate many bids coming in from anywhere right at the moment, apart from Atletico Madrid, at least that's how it seems. I know AC Milan did express interest not too long ago. We'll wait to see what happens on this. I would take the money and run if I was Chelsea, and I'm sure many of you will agree on that. Anyhow, I think it's best he leaves, and let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe.